You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week.
A private school in Hazleton has announced that they will be reopening their doors after an abrupt closure in 2024. Emmanuel Christian School in Hazleton abruptly closed its doors just before Christmas due to a lack of funds. Now the school is set to reopen for the remainder of the school year due to COVID relief funds allocated by Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Muser. In a press release, school officials say the school will reopen on Tuesday, January 7th, with the tuition rate remaining the same. Officials say the board is also working diligently to determine whether a new and sustainable future is possible for the school moving forward. 5 people have been displaced following a Sunday afternoon fire in Plymouth. According to officials, crews were called to the scene on the 100 block of Nottingham Street around 4 p.m. for reports of a structure fire. Crews say a bed had caught fire within the home. According to officials, the fire was contained to the right side of the home, and all 5 residents were able to evacuate safely. No injuries have been reported. Officials say the residents are receiving assistance from the Red Cross. The Pennsylvania State Police Fire Marshal is still investigating the incident. Members of the Pennsylvania House gathered at the state capitol in Harrisburg on Tuesday to be sworn in for the 209th legislative session. The oath of office was administered to the chamber's lawmakers by Pennsylvania Chief Justice Deborah Todd. 16 new legislators joined the session this year, including Representative Jamie Walsh, who will be representing the 117th District. Representative Joanna McClinton was also re-elected to serve as Speaker of the House during the ceremony. PA State Representative Dane Watrow said he was humbled to be able to serve for a second term.
Today was a great day, great ceremony. I had my family down, my staff, and it's just I'm very humbled to be able to serve in this capacity. As I said on a post on social media today, this is something I'll be thankful for until the day I die, and thank my constituents that allow me to serve in this capacity.
Watrow also said he was excited to get back to work.
I'm excited regarding the House rules. I feel working together is the only way to get things done and govern for the people here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I'm very hopeful that we're going to be able to come up with a good budget moving forward, both for our senior citizens, taxpayers, and education. So I'm excited to get to work.
The new legislative session will run through November 30th, 2026.
The city of Hazleton has released a statement in response to a lawsuit alleging violations to the Voting Rights Act. According to a press release, the U.S. Department of Justice has filed a lawsuit alleging that the city's current at-large method of electing city council members results in Hispanic citizens having less opportunity than others to participate in the political process. The lawsuit alleges that the election method is in violation of the Voting Rights Act, which seeks to ensure underrepresented citizens have an equal opportunity to choose their elected officials. According to the lawsuit, Hispanic preferred candidates running for the city council have routinely lost, despite Hispanic voting-age citizens making up more than 40% of the city's electorate. The official complaint alleges that changing the method of election to one that elects council members from single-member districts would ensure that Hispanic voters have the opportunity to elect at least 2 members of the 5-member council. The city of Hazleton stated in a press release on Wednesday that city officials have been working with the Department of Justice in good faith for the last several weeks to address the concerns, but that the lawsuit was filed hurriedly before any meaningful discussion could take place. In the press release, Mayor Jeff Cassett and City Council President Jim Perry dispute the DOJ's allegations, stating that the current at-large system gives equal voting rights to all citizens regardless of their race or gender. Officials say the city has also been working on a ballot referendum question to create a government study commission that would address the DOJ's concerns, as well as the implementation of other governmental options that are available. This is a developing story. Stay tuned on WYLN News for updates. A preliminary hearing was held on Wednesday, January 8th, for a man charged with assaulting an 11-year-old girl in Klein Township. 38-year-old Joseph DiSabella was charged by Frackville police with indecent assault of a minor on December 23rd at the victim's home in Klein Township. According to police, the victim told investigators that DiSabella followed her upstairs, took her into a bedroom, and touched her inappropriately. However, when someone came up the stairs, police say DiSabella stopped and told the victim to get out. DiSabella was arraigned on $75,000 unsecured bail. Officials say DiSabella worked as a diesel mechanic teacher at the Hazleton Area Career Center, but has since been suspended. WYLN is bringing Hazleton area basketball into your living room this season. You can catch the Hazleton area boys basketball team on Tuesday, January 21st as they take on the Crestwood Comets at 7 o'clock p.m. Or you can catch the Hazleton area girls basketball team on Thursday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. as they face the Wilkes-Barre Wolfpack. Watch the games live on WYLN or watch them anytime on the WYLN TV 35 YouTube channel.
Coming up on WYLN News, Chris Fulmer takes us down the path through history with Frackville Part 4. Plus, we join State Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's Weekly Update. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's only nationally ranked hospital. We turn setbacks into comebacks one movement at a time. Learn more at lvhn.org/ortho or 833-LV-ORTHO.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Mark Steller had pain for months, wasn't happy with his chiropractic results. He came here. We're going to show you a video of how we got his back fixed. Stay tuned.
By the 1950s, the age of coal was receding on Broad Mountain and elsewhere across Schuylkill County. The mines were running dry as America switched away from coal, Frackville, despite not having major coal deposits on its boundaries, was not immune from this fate. Town leaders looked around for any way possible the industry could get the town through this rough patch. A lifeline seemed to come in the early 1960s from automobile maker the Roustabout Company. It had a design from Harry Payne, one of the inventors of the Jeep, that was convinced would revolutionize the light truck market. The Tri-Van was a three-wheeled mini-truck with 3-speed manual transmission, a 2-cylinder air-cooled engine, and springless air suspension. Convinced they had a winner, Roustabout successfully petitioned the Pennsylvania state legislature to legalize 3-wheeled cars on the road, then invested almost $350,000 into building a plant in Frackville, to be manned primarily by laid-off former miners. On March 14, 1963, Governor William Scranton personally drove the first Tri-Van produced at the plant off the assembly line, declaring it was the beginning of a new day in Schuylkill County. This, however, would be the Tri-Van's high water mark, as it soon became clear that the vehicle was difficult to steer as well as slow, with a top speed of only 55 miles per hour, and it was nearly impossible to drive up hills. Once this was apparent, the Postal Service, the military, and American Harvester all canceled contracts to buy Tri-Vans. The goal had been to manufacture 1,000 vehicles a month at the plant, but when it closed a mere year after it opened, barely over 100 Tri-Vans had been made. A few still survive today in private collections and museums. Another industry operating in Frackville at this time would cause more direct harm in the long run to the community than the Tri-Van's embarrassment. Metropolitan Mirror and Glass Company opened in 1959 at Industrial Road and Altamont Avenue, making mirrors. The company would operate until it went bankrupt in 1982. A few years later, it was found that paint thinner and silver solutions used in manufacturing the plant's mirrors had seeped into and contaminated the area's soil and Frackville's water supply. Metropolitan's locale was declared a Superfund site, and an extensive cleanup operation began, one that did not end until the site was finally delisted in August 2005. As the 1980s began, one prominent Frackville native began to make a notable mark in state government. Walter Barron had been born in Frackville in 1924 and was the first child to be baptized in St. Anne's Roman Catholic Church after the current church building had opened. As an adult, Barron founded the Model Garment Company in Frackville and was a driving force behind the Waldeck Manor Planned Community and Broad Mountain Nursing Home. Beyond Frackville, Barron also ran Hazleton's Penn Allen Incorporated and Sunbury's Penn Spruce Incorporated. He would also be active in the Schuylkill County Chamber of Commerce and the Schuylkill County Economic Development Corporation. In 1979, Barron would be appointed by Governor-elect Dick Thornburgh as Secretary of General Services of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. He would hold this position through the end of Thornburgh's 10 years as governor in 1987. His most notable achievement in this role would be overseeing the construction of the state capitol's East Wing, which opened in 1986. Barron would also oversee construction of 6 state prisons, as well as Thornburgh's cost reduction programs during his tenure as governor. For his efforts, Barron would receive the National Governors Association Award for Distinguished Service to State Government directly from President Ronald Reagan in 1982. Other awards would follow in the years afterwards, including the Torch of Liberty Award from the Schuylkill chapter of the Anti-Defamation League in 1990. Walter Barron died in 2016 at age 92. 1980 would also see the beginning of a longtime Frackville institution in the Schuylkill Mall. It had been proposed a few years prior by Crown American, which pitched a one-floor, 586,000-foot facility on a high mountain overlook Interstate 81, which had been built just to the south of Frackville in 1969. It purchased the land from the Schuylkill County Municipal Authority in late 1977. It was at this point backlash began from the group GASP, the General Association to Stop Pollution, which argued construction of the proposed mall would contaminate a nearby reservoir. They would be joined in opposition by numerous Frackville business owners who feared the mall would wither Frackville's downtown. Nonetheless, zoning for the mall was approved in May 1978, and construction began in September of that year. On October 9, 1980, the Schuylkill Mall, totaling 800,000 square feet in its final design, officially opened its doors following a quick fire scare a few days earlier that had turned out to have been a false alarm. Its original anchor stores were Sears, Kmart, and Hess's. Pomeroy's joined as a fourth anchor in 1983. Its location would become a Bon-Ton in 1987. Farmore would become a fifth anchor in 1991. A large fourth-screen movie theater stood near the Kmart. For most of the mall's existence, it was the United Arts Theater. Other businesses that stood in the mall over the years included Gap, Walden Books, Ray and Derrick Drugstore, Schuylkill Valley Sporting Goods, D.E. Jones, Arby's, Bonanza Steakhouse, Shuglia Pizza, U.S. Factory Outlet, Joann Fabrics, KB Toys, Nirvana's Closet, Littman Jewelers, and Auntie Anne's. Although the mall was for many years a major shopping center, by the 2010s, shifting trends to online shopping had seriously cut into its traffic, and the closure of the anchor stores Sears and Kmart in 2014 and 2015 respectively signaled the beginning of the end for the mall. It was sold at sheriff's sale in 2016 after its owners had declared bankruptcy in October of that year. It was announced the mall would close on May 9, 2017, and stores started abandoning the complex in the months that followed. The movie theater, by then a Pearl Stadium 8 theater, would be the last to close on January 15, 2018. The Schuylkill Mall would be demolished over the following 8 months, ending nearly 40 years of shopping on the mountain. On the other side of Frackville, North Schuylkill High School athletics have brought much pride to the community over the years. The Lady Spartans girls basketball team was a longtime powerhouse under Coach Leafy Hope, winning 10 Schuylkill League championships, 5 District 11 championships, and the state girls basketball title in 1992, followed by runner-up finishes in 1995 and 1997. The boys basketball team would make its own deep run to the second round of the state playoffs in 1999. North Schuylkill Wrestling has also been a powerhouse program over the years. From its beginnings under Coach Joe Cesare in 1966, and continuing under his successors Rick Edwards and Dave Brown, the Spartans have won 3 state wrestling titles in 1983, 1989, and 1995, and have featured 10 state title winners, including Bob Harris, Chris Rickard, Rick Belinsky, and Joe Cesare's sons Joe Jr., Mark, and Steve. The program was successful enough that it was featured in Sports Illustrated in January 1989 and remains a regional powerhouse today.
Back to this edition of Feel Good Friday. I'm joined by Dr. John. Dr. John, how's it going?
Good, brother. Again, Ryan, thank you so much. You could be home watching Penn State, but we're here doing a game.
We will be watching them hopefully win later, but besides that, we're going to talk about scraping off your cars because we've had to do that a couple of times this season already, and like I said, it's early.
And there again, Ryan, you wake up early in the morning, your whole cars, I know how you're thinking. If I just do a little bit and I go fast enough, the wind's going to blow it off. I've had so many people in car accidents because it doesn't blow it off sufficiently. So number one, get on a hat, gloves, and a coat. Get out there and do the whole perimeter. You know, I have a nice brush. If you have a higher vehicle like a truck, buy a longer one at some store. You know, if you have a smaller car, like you could probably reach yours, right? But I've had, again, 5 people this week. They're on their tippy toes. They're stretching so far. They're trying to scrape the ice off, and they hurt their backs or their shoulders. So scrape the whole car, make sure that your brush is long enough, do a thorough job, and that way you have a nice, safe trip ahead of you.
Yep, don't want to throw your back out this winter season because that's one of the worst things you could do. But I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday, and we'll see you next time.
Like and follow Wyln News on Facebook for the Wyln News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Cooking rice just isn't nice. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is Perfect Cook technology that surrounds the rice with controlled heat for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
And rice is just the beginning. Make mac and cheese, frittatas, oatmeals, soups and stews, even ramen dishes. And with a ceramic ultra non-stick interior, cleanup's a breeze.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system with the steamer tray and 1-2-3 recipe guide, all for just $39.99. It comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. We'll even ship your entire order free. Order now.
1-800-640-8545.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
This is State Representative Dane Watrow of the 116th Legislative District with some news you can use. A new state law to allow more Pennsylvania retirees to qualify for a reduction in their vehicle registration fee is now in effect. The benefit now will be available to retired persons earning up to $29,906, which is an increase of more than $10,000 from the prior income eligibility limit. Those who qualify will pay an $11 processing fee to register their vehicle each year, rather than the standard $45 registration fee. Qualified applicants must be retired and receiving Social Security or other pension payments. Please note, 100% of veterans' benefit payment or payment to the unmarried surviving spouse upon death of a veteran should be excluded from the income calculation. The applicant must be listed as an owner of the vehicle's registration, and only one vehicle per qualified applicant may be registered for the reduced fee. Qualifying vehicles must be a passenger car or truck with a registered gross weight of not more than 9,000 pounds. Visit www.pa.gov to learn more about the program or contact one of my district offices for assistance. Thank you.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
Coal was a part of Shamokin's legacy from the very beginning. Its roots can be traced to coal speculators John Boyd and Ziba Bird, who found the community in 1835 while searching for anthracite in the area. Coal was first discovered in Shamokin Creek between what today is Spursheim and Clay Streets. Boyd mined 50 tons from the creek, loaded them into horse-drawn wagons, and transported to his farm near Danville,